better, cause you want this, I want this. Everybody in this, what should have it? Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Show yourself, reveal it to them. Yeah, you better take the time to recognize it. You won't leave me even if you tried it. You're the artist, and the lesson. Happily be found the new in your hands.
Hey, 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 what's goody? What's goody? It's Sunday. Hope everybody is having a lovely weekend. Welcome to another episode of Elisabeth Unlimited. I am Elisabeth Carson. And today, guys, I'm talking all about the lymphatic system. And I love talking about the lymphatic system because once I started to work on mine, my life completely changed. And think about it, guys. Most people talk about detox, but almost nobody talks about the system that actually does it, your lymphatic system. So today I'm going to be talking all about what the lymph does, what stagnates it, how to move it, and how to detox it physically and emotionally, because it all ties in together. Okay, it all ties in together. What up, though, people? Thank you for joining me, guys. I love all of you. Big shout out to my community members in school. Y'all are so active, and we're having a love fest in there today. I love it so much. We're just complimenting the crap out of each other because it's all of high vibe and light in that group. So, guys, join my Elisabeth Unlimited Ascent group. We are in there daily doing fun things, challenges, supporting each other, a little education. I put rituals in there, different stuff that I do every day. So join me in school, guys. Join me in school. You can find my community in the link in my bio in Instagram if you guys are interested in joining my community, which I think everybody should because it's just so high vibe in there. Anyways, guys, let's get started. What is the lymphatic system and what does it actually do? Well, the basic function of the lymphatic system is it's part of your circulatory system and it's part of your immune system, and it is responsible for draining interstitial fluid, transporting immune cells, and removing waste, toxins, cellular debris, and pathogens. So, guys, I think that's pretty important stuff. Okay. Your blood vessels, they leak plasma fluid, right, into the surrounding tissues. And this fluid becomes interstitial fluid. And the lymphatic system absorbs this fluid and returns it back to the bloodstream via the thoracic duct. Guys, what's the thoracic duct? It is the largest lymph node in the body, largest lymphatic vessel in the body. And it is the main drain of your lymphatic system. Where is this thoracic duct? Now, this is so interesting because one of the first times that I had my lymphatic system moved by another person, so a manual lymph drain, was from Dr. Perry Nicholson, Stop Chasing Pain. Now, you guys, if you know about the lymph, you probably know about Dr. Perry because he is out here talking about the lymphatic system daily. So when I got my first lymph drain, he actually pressed on the thoracic ducts, right? And guys, if you do this will make anybody cry, because where do we hold our emotions usually? Right here in our gut, right here. Okay. And if you take your fingers and you press right below where your rib cage is, maybe like, I would say maybe 2 inches. Okay. Press right there, kind of feel around. If you have a little node in there and you feel some swelling and it's hard, that means that you are probably emotionally constipated. You need to let them things out. Okay. So if that is swollen right here, that's your thoracic duct, and you probably need to work it and work on releasing your emotions as well. Okay. So the thoracic duct, it begins at a structure called the cisterna chyli. Now that is right here, guys. And then your lymph moves from there all the way up your back, and then through your shoulder, and then it drains to your left and right ducts here. Okay. I was just on Instagram talking about both of these ducts and how you'll see me sometimes randomly, because I'm not even conscious of this anymore because I just do it so much. I'm always massaging right here, my collarbone, and right below my collarbone. I start on the left side and then I go to my right. Okay. So this right here is called your subclavian vein. This is where your lymph re-enters your bloodstream. Okay. So if you are stagnant here, or if you're not draining correctly, if this right here is blocked, then you guys, nothing else is going to be able, like everything else is going to be stuck. It's like a traffic jam, basically. If this is stuck here, then imagine the cars. Like there's no way to get this fluid back into your bloodstream. So really, if you're working the rest of your lymph and you have not cleared this part of your body yet, then you're just creating a traffic jam in your body. Okay. A traffic jam. So guys, the left duct here, it drains 75% of your body. Okay. It drains the left part of your brain, left part of your face, left part of your neck, your entire lower system of your body, and the left side and your left arm. Okay. So I always start on the left side. That's 75% of where the lymph drains. So I'm always starting on my left. The right side drains this quarter of your body. It drains your right arm, right side of your face, right brain. And so I'll move to my right here. Okay. So guys, if you feel stagnant, if you feel a little bit of puffiness, it hurts a little bit up here, then I think you probably have a stagnant lymphatic system. Okay. You have a stagnant lymphatic system. So it is important, guys. It's important to breathe deeply. A lot of us get so busy in life that we breathe very shallow. Okay. We breathe from up here, like here up. That does not do anything for our lymphatic system. If we breathe deeply, down deep into our diaphragm, this actually pushes on our thoracic duct. Okay. And it will pump the lymph upwards through the duct. So it literally, breathing deeply moves your lymph. So just even a couple breaths a day, guys, like 10 breaths a day. If you're feeling stressed out, just go sit somewhere and breathe as deeply as you possibly can. All the way down. So your diaphragm opens at the bottom of your rib cage. Okay. That means that duct right there is getting pressed on and you're moving your lymphatic system and your lymphatic fluid up. Okay. To get drained correctly. So guys, the lymph system, it moves 3 times more fluid a day than your bloodstream. This is how important this fluid is. This is how important it is to not have stagnant lymph. Okay. Our bodies, they contain 600 to 800 lymph nodes, which are like the little filtration hubs for pathogens and toxins and different things. If you get sick, I'm sure everyone has felt their throat here and had their lymph nodes get a little swollen here when they're sick, obviously, because your lymph nodes are their filtration hubs. So as your lymph gets pumped through these lymph nodes, they are filtering out the pathogens, the toxins. Okay. Now, guys, there is no central pump for your lymph. There's not. So you have to move if you want to move your lymph. Deep breathing, things like that. It's no pump there. Like your heart has a pump. So that's how your blood moves around your body. Your lymph does not have that. So lymph movement relies on skeletal muscle contraction, okay, moving, respiratory movement, as I just said, deep breathing, smooth muscle pulsations in the vessels. So you can, pump different, you could rub, there's manual lymph drains. And then also it's very important to have proper hydration and fluid balance. These are all things that you have to do, or else your lymph is not going to move. It will not move. And you'll be stagnant and you'll have toxic buildup in your body. You're going to feel like crap. You might end up with an autoimmune disease. You're going to possibly just feel blah, you're going to just feel like, I don't know, heavy. Before I started really working on my lymphatic system, I used to walk around feeling heavy daily, brain fog, just like, ugh, So this is why I talk about this so much. And this is why I studied this so much, because I'm telling you, the life change that I had once I started working on my lymphatic system, it was like the world opened up for me and I saw brighter colors. I had more appreciation for different relationships I had. I thought clearer. I remember One time I got a manual lymph drain, and the next day I was hitting every single person in my phone like, oh my God, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm grateful for you, because I felt so connected and grateful. And think about it. If you're stagnant, your energy is stagnant, you're not going to feel connected and grateful. You're not going to do it. So it's important to work your lymph. Okay. So how does the lymphatic system actually work with immunity and toxins? How does that work? Well, your lymph, it transports antigens to the lymph nodes, where T cells and B cells are activated. Okay, that's your immune system. Those are your immune system cells. This is the first line of defense for immunity. Okay, so when your immune system becomes sluggish, then inflammation rises in your body. All right, organs get overburdened with toxins, and your risk of autoimmune disease goes way up if your lymph is congested, because then you're not detoxing anything that comes into your body. Like I said, it's like a traffic jam of bad guys. You don't want a traffic jam of bad guys in your body. The toxins that are processed by the lymph are cellular waste, bacteria, viruses, fungi, heavy metals, environmental toxins, which is, pesticides and endocrine disruptors, plastics, and undigested proteins from gut permeability, aka leaky gut. So guys, if your lymphatic system is not working and you're not moving and you're not working your lymph, then all of that toxic burden is staying in your system. You're not getting rid of it. You're just it's like a trash dump, right? You know, when those hills, like, they get so high, it's like your hill is so high with all the trash on it. There's nowhere for the trash inside of your body to go. Okay. So it's so important. It's so important to have a really flowy, moving lymphatic system, strong lymphatic system. Now, there's something so cool when I started to do deep research about the lymph, is that it's tied into energetics. Okay. It's tied into energetics, because Chinese medicine, what I found out is that the qi, right, or life force, is like the lymph. Qi equates to lymph. Okay. That's your energy. That's in Chinese medicine. That's your life force energy. And so if your lymph is stagnant, then your life force energy is stagnant. Okay. This equates and could be stuck emotions, dis-ease within the body. Okay. And qi stagnation is often associated with suppression of grief or resentment, lack of flow in life, and feeling energetically weighed down or numb. Does anyone feel like that? Because your qi is probably stagnant then, which means your lymph is probably stagnant then. And what I found is, according to German New Medicine, lymphatic issues are connected to suppressed trauma, being overwhelmed, and boundary issues. Okay? Boundary issues. Immune function is equal to boundary regulation. And this is what I had to dig deep into, because I was like, how is this even a thing? How does immune system function equate to boundary regulation? I really had to figure this out. Your immune system is basically your body's physical and energetic boundary system, right? So it decides what's you, what's not you, and what's unsafe to keep inside. Okay, this is why the lymphatic system, which filters out pathogens and waste, is basically like your body's border patrol. Okay, they're like the watchers. They're like, like looking around for the bad guys that come in. And your T cells and B cells, your immune cells, are like the judges asking, does this belong here? Does this not belong here? Do I attack? Do I not attack? Right? So that is your immune function of the body. And when those boundaries are compromised, you get chronic inflammation, autoimmune disease, toxicity buildup. And what's interesting is that this is just a fractal of emotional boundary collapse. Think about it. It parallels that. People pleasing, overgiving, absorbing others' energy and emotions, right? Your boundaries, your emotional boundaries are collapsed. And this breaks down your body. It's a fractal, guys. It's a freaking fractal. So, childhood trauma, especially boundary violating trauma like neglect or abuse, things like that, this trains your nervous system to stop detecting what's too much for you because obviously your boundaries have been crossed. So you have none now. This is normal to you. When you're a child, this is what life is, right? Whenever whatever happens to you is just what you think life is going to be. So you stop knowing what's too much and what's too little. This causes your immune system to either be hypervigilant or shut down. Guys, they have done many studies of kids with high trauma when they were kids, okay? Heavy trauma, boundary violating trauma. And usually those kids grow up to have autoimmune disease. It's all correlated. It's all correlated. It's crazy. If your emotional boundaries were violated, then your immune system may now attack parts of your own body or fail to protect you from outer threats because it's confused, right? It's confused, just like you are emotionally with boundaries. This is why I talk about boundaries so much. You have to have strong boundaries because that affects your emotional health, your physical health. Okay? Incredibly important to have strong boundaries. And so many of us, we don't have those. We don't have those because of how we were raised. I mean, I was raised to, perform so I could be loved. Okay. Perform. So I'm always, out in the world just trying to become the greatest thing. That's why I don't even know what a break is, guys. I don't know. Yesterday I had the day off and I had to force myself not to work. So I have had to train these things inside of me for the last 10 years, guys. I have had to retrain my body, have strong boundaries. But the interesting thing about it is that 10 years ago, when I woke up to all this stuff, actually it's 12 now, but when I woke up to all this stuff and started working on my boundaries, I hardly ever got sick. I haven't got sick hardly at all in the past decade. I mean, I got the crazy sickness, which almost killed my ass. But other than that, I don't get colds. I don't get flus. I don't get sick. I do not get sick, but I have strong emotional boundaries and I work my lymphatic system and I do many other things. But I'm saying there's some correlation there. There is correlation there. So what is the energetic parallel to the lymphatic system? Because the lymph system, it not only filters physical toxins, but the lymph system holds emotional debris. It does. The lymph holds emotional debris. It absorbs energetic weight of unprocessed anger, grief, resentment, guilt, things like that. So I'm going to show you why. Think about it. If you have ever been incredibly stressed in your life, I mean, I'm talking through the roof, your lymph nodes are probably swollen in those moments. They're probably extremely swollen in those moments. I remember this one time it was right before this huge award show. And I was like all over the place because I ran the entire thing by myself. And it was a lot. Okay. It was a lot. So I remember my lymph nodes swelled up so big in my throat. I wasn't sick. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I think now it's probably because I was holding all those emotions in. Okay. So guys, if you've been conditioned to say yes when you mean no, if you've been conditioned to let people just dump all their crap on you and energetically you have no boundaries, and you've been conditioned to betray your own needs to stay safe or loved, then your lymphatic system is probably congested because boundaries don't have any. Some patterns that you may see that are physical, showing that your lymph is stagnant, could be a puffy face in the morning, okay? Because that means you have poor drainage. Like I said, you drain here. So if you have a puffy face, then you probably got some stagnation going on. Hormonal acne is also a sign, which is a sign of lymph and liver overload. So your toxic burden is too high. If you have brain fog, because at night your lymphatic system turns on, which is your brain's lymph system. And this is active during sleep. So if you're not getting good sleep, then your lymphatic system is not working. And that means you're not detoxing all the toxins and you probably got some brain fog. Okay. Another symptom and sign is swollen breasts before menstruation. That's not supposed to happen, guys. It's not supposed to happen. It shows that you probably have impaired lymph flow and you probably have estrogen dominance as well, because you're not supposed to have swollen breasts, guys. So the first or the second method of lymphatic drainage that I learned how to do was the water method. I got taught this by Mysteek Skalski. She is a beautiful, beautiful lymphatic specialist. She could not make it today. I'm so sad, but she will be going live with me on Instagram, probably, I don't know, later tonight or next week. But she specializes in the water method. So the water method of manual lymph drains was invented by Emil Vater back in the 1930s. And this water method is interesting because it's like you think that nothing's happening because it's such a light touch. It's like butterflies on the skin. It's so light. I think it's like 5 grams of pressure that you press to move your lymph. 5 grams. That's like nothing. That's like a nickel of pressure. But that's how close your lymphatic system is to your skin. You don't have to press hard. If you press hard, then you might cause and create more stagnation, more inflammation, because you're going past the lymph deep into muscle now. Now you're just releasing different toxins around. You're not moving your lymph. Your lymph sits right under the skin, guys, right under the skin. So the Vater method, guys, if you've gotten like any type of surgeries, things like that, the doctors are telling you need to go get manual lymph drains. And the support of the manual lymph drain, the kind that they do, is probably the Vater method, because this is specifically medically shown to help with lymphedema, fibromyalgia. It's great for detox, and it's definitely the top method for post-op recovery, okay? Because when they cut you, they're cutting into all the stuff, right? And so you have to you really got to move that lymph, because now everything is stagnant. And now you have it's like a crack in the road, right? It's like when you have freaking potholes, okay? Michigan and Detroit, geez. It's like pothole haven after you get surgery. So you have to move. You have to actually have people help you to move that lymph, or you're at risk of fluid buildup, lymphedema, all type of stuff, okay? All type of stuff. Now, guys, there are physical practices that move your lymph. These are things that I do all the time. I do this all the time because it feels good. It makes your skin pretty. It makes your head clear. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. So what are these practices? These practices are dry brushing, which I love. I love dry brushing because it feels so good. A lot of people don't do this right, though. A lot of people don't dry brush correctly, guys. So the first pointer that I would give is everybody clear this first. Clear it first, okay? Clear this first. So I always start on my left. You don't need a lot of pressure, but just kind of like press into your collarbone a little bit and below, and just rub it a little bit. Just rub a little bit. Clear this area, okay? And then go to your right side, clear this area. Now you can begin dry brushing after you've cleared these areas, because like I said, if you're not clearing up here, then you're going to have a toxic buildup if you're moving your lymph, okay? So make sure that this area is nice and clear. Then take your dry brush and brush always towards the heart. I sometimes see people like scraping like down here and like brushing down here and brushing down their legs. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You're not going the right way. You have to brush towards your heart, okay? Towards the heart, towards the heart, towards the heart. So dry brushing, guys, like you can actually buy dry brushes, lymphatic brushes on Amazon, okay? They're like these big bristle brushes and they actually feel quite good. And that helps with cellulite. It helps resurface, it gets the dead skin cells off of your skin. So your skin is nice and shiny. I mean, I have great skin. I do. I have great skin, and I really attribute that to a lot of dry brushing. Okay. A lot of dry brushing. So you're brushing always towards the heart, towards the heart. So you're going in towards the heart, in towards the heart. Okay. And I do short strokes. I do short strokes. Just pull it in, pull it down, and then towards the heart. Okay. And it feels good. It feels freaking amazing. It's like giving yourself a massage. Now, I always do this before showers, okay? Before showers. And then it's best in these short little motions and almost like in a circular motion, okay? Almost in a circular motion. This is great. Freaking phenomenal. And then I jump in the shower. I wash all the dead skin cells off. Now my body feels free and clear. Now I'm doing a shower meditation and I'm one with the water and I'm feeling amazing, okay? Put this into your routine. I'm telling you guys, this extra little 5 to 10 minutes a day can change your life. And you can change your life with like a $12 freaking lymph brush, literally. Guys, 5 minutes and a $12 lymph brush. I mean, everybody has time to do that. Everybody can do that, right? Change your life. Okay. Another way to move your lymph is rebounding. I love rebounding because first of all, it's so good for you. It's so good for your body. It's so good for your energy. Not only is it good for those things, but it's amazing for your lymphatic system. Amazing. And I have a specific rebounder called the Cellerciser. And the Cellerciser actually is supposed to, the coils are spun on the Cellerciser to bounce each one of your cells in your body equally. And it's amazing. So I've been using that Cellerciser for years, guys, years. And it's so funny. The first time I got it, I think it was 6-7 years ago. I think it's like 8 years. 8 years ago now. My son, it was so funny. I used to have my rebounder right by my fireplace, and my son would literally just spend hours there bouncing up and down. I'm like, yo, dude, you like gonna get tired. But I'm telling you, my kid is healthy. He never gets sick. He has tons of energy. And I'm not saying correlation is causation, but I'm saying that he's probably healthy because, I mean, rebounding is a great way to keep yourself in shape. You can do exercises on your rebound. You can do like sit-ups. It's really, really good for you. They actually, I'm not going to quote this because I'm not 1000% sure that this is true, but I did read something somewhere that rebounding is actually way better and burns way more calories than any type of anything else. Just like 10 minutes of it a day. And that it will heal back pain too. 10 minutes a day, heal back pain. Don't quote me, but I did read that somewhere. So what does this do? This stimulates gravity-driven lymphatic pulsing. Okay, so bounce up and down, bounce up and down. You're moving your lymph. Every single bounce, you're pumping your lymphatic system. You're getting a new pump and you're moving that lymph up around your body. Like I said, you cannot move your lymph if you're not moving. Okay. Now, this is the stat. NASA says that rebounding is 68% more effective than running for circulation. 68%, guys. 68% more effective for circulation than running. Thank God, because I hate running. It's awful. Oh my God. I really hate running. Terrible. Another great way to move your lymph is just walking. Heel toe walking. It activates the calf muscles. And this is a key for lymphatic pumping. Okay. Heel to toe walking. Skipping. I was skipping this morning. I had a lovely morning. I had an amazing morning walk. I saw so much beauty outside. And I was so freaking happy that I just started skipping around like a 2-year-old. And it was amazing. My dog was even looking at me crazy, like, lady, what are you doing? I was like, oh my God, I just like everything. Skipping. But guess what I was doing while I was skipping? Working my lymph, working my lymphatic system while I was skipping. Everybody was looking at me crazy. I was on a main street today too. It's like, when's the last time y'all skipped? I mean, we grown as hell here, but I used to skip all the time when I was a kid. I used to skip all the time. When is the last time that y'all skipped? I think that I challenge everybody that's on here right now and on TikTok, go skip outside. Do some skipping. See if you don't laugh at yourself. See if it's not the most fun thing ever. Seriously, I started laughing. It was great. It was freaking great. So that's a great way to move and activate your lymph. Okay, again, guys, another way. Deep breathing, as I was talking about earlier. By deep diaphragmatic breathing, you're moving your lymph because your thoracic duct is activated. Okay. And this is the main drainage duct. This is the biggest duct in your whole body. So, like I said before, go take a break during the day and take 10 deep, deep, deep belly breaths. And this is a massive boost to move your lymph. And this is something you could do in the middle of your day, anywhere, anyway. Super easy. Super easy. Another great way to move your lymph, guys, is cold exposure. Cold exposure. Cold exposure. This causes lymphatic vessels to contract, which pushes your lymph, right? Which pumps it. So, I would warn women about cold exposure because I've done a ton of research on cold exposure, cold plunging, and things like that. And it's great. It's a great thing to do if if you're not stressed the F out, okay? And if you're not right before your cycle and you're a woman, because you don't want to stress yourself out more so if your body is already under heavy stress. So that's why cold exposure is not good all the time. It's not good all the time. If you're a woman, especially before your cycle, during your cycle, I would stay away from it. I mean, you need heat at those times. Heat, comfort. Okay. Do what feels good to you. Another great way is hot and cold, right? So at this place, I think it was in Ohio or something. I went to this place with Mysteek, and there were these two tubs. One was freezing cold, one was super hot. So what we did is we jumped in one, got in the other, jumped in one, got in the other, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And what is this? This flushes the lymph. Why? Because it constricts, opens up, and it constricts, open up. So you're pushing the fluid. You're working the fluid through your lymph, and you're pumping it. You're pumping it every time. Every time you go back and forth, back and forth. Great, great way. Now, guys, I used to take cold showers all the time. I used to do cold exposure a lot. And what I will tell you about these things is that it's great. It is great. It shoots your body and, you get this crazy amount of energy for the day. It's insane. It's insane. So, on a good day when you're not right before your cycle, on your cycle, and you're, in your ovulation stage would be a good time to do some cold exposure to pump your lymph that way. Okay. So these are some ways that you guys can move the lymph. Okay. These are some ways that you guys can move. So other ways that help and support the lymphatic system. There are certain herbs that are very, 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 very good for the lymph that I take. I don't take things all the time, guys. Like I really cycle my stuff on and off. I mean, I take a ton of stuff, but I cycle it. I'm on supplements, I'm on herbs, I'm on peptides, I'm on everything, but I cycle all my stuff because I don't ever want to be the person that takes like 500 pills a day. I mean, no shade to Dave Asprey. I think he takes like 150 pills a day. That's just too much for me. I would like to keep it to like 10 and under. And I think I'm at about 20. So but anyways, I cycle my stuff because I don't want my body to get used to what I'm taking, right? I want to keep things new, fresh. So I cycle my stuff. But some really, really key herbs to take that support your lymph would be red clover. Okay. Red clover. This is a blood purifier, guys. It's really good to support your blood, to support your lymph. Another great one is dandelion root, which supports your liver and kidney. Okay, like I said, your lymph is part of your immune system and your circulatory system. So you want to support your liver and your kidneys. Okay, your liver is your detox organ. Burdock root is also great for skin and lymph synergy. Burdock root, great, great, great. Okay, hydration, guys, is key. Hydration is key. Let me say that again. Hydration is key. This is important, like the most important, because so many people are incredibly dehydrated on the planet. Do not drink enough water, like incredibly dehydrated. That's why I'm putting a lot of emphasis on this hydration. Your lymph is 90% water, guys. So if you're dehydrated, your lymph is sludge. It's heavy. It's sticky. It's disgusting. Drink enough water. And for me, I have to take electrolytes because for some reason, my cellular, the water that goes into my cells, I don't know, it's just not as functional as I would have liked it to be until I started taking electrolytes, which is a way for the water to actually get into your cells. So electrolytes and water, guys, really, really important. I mean, every single morning, the first thing that I do is I go over to my hydrogen water and I drink a full cup of hydrogen water with my probiotics, with my electrolytes, LMNT. I love LMNT. I've been on those for probably a decade. And that's a really great company, guys. I don't have any affiliation. I just know that they're the shit. I love their stuff. So good. So, yes, hydration, very, very important. So, guys, you also want to eat really high enzyme rich fruits. That supports your lymphatic system. What are those? Pineapple, papaya. And what is inside of these fruits? Bromelain. I'm sure that everybody's heard of this supplement. You can actually take it. But this helps break down the waste proteins inside of your lymph. So really, really, really good. Okay, really good. Another really great support for your lymphatic system is glutathione and NAC. These are your master detox molecules. And both of these molecules start to poo as you get older. Okay, so any type of support that you can get from glutathione or NAC is great for your lymphatic system. Now, guys, let me just touch on something about glutathione really quick. And I've said this before, but if anyone has not heard me say it, glutathione is very hard. It's not actually hard to get into your system, but there's only specific ways that it can go into your system, okay? Because it's a molecule that will break down so easily. So that's like if you're going to get an IV drip and they are like, oh yeah, glutathione, they're putting all this glutathione in your IV drip and you're sitting there the whole time and they don't push it at the end, it's probably already broken down by the time it's gotten into your body. So it's probably not going to help you all the way as much as it could. So during IVs and vitamin IC IVs and stuff like that, you want to make sure that you tell your people, hey, push my glutathione at the end. So you have a lesser chance of it breaking down. Okay. Now I order glutathione. It's a peptide. I shoot it myself. Okay. I put it in my butt. And sometimes I put it in my stomach. But glutathione is amazing, but you cannot take it orally because your stomach acid will break it down and you will not get any benefit whatsoever. So the best way to get it is in your inner just in your fat, right? In your fat or IV trips if pushed in the end. Also, I posted about this today. I have been doing these LifeWave patches for over 10 years, guys, 10 years. And they did a study with one of the LifeWave patches that's glutathione, and that person had an increase of 300% glutathione in their system just from wearing the patch. Okay, these LifeWave patches are freaking incredible. They're like this big. I actually have them on right now. I don't think I should show you guys because it would be a little inappropriate, but I'm wearing two patches right now. I'm wearing glutathione. No, I lied. I'm sorry. I'm wearing X49 and I'm wearing energy. I wear my glutathione at night, okay? Because glutathione, I think it settles you. It settles you down. That's why I push my glutathione at night, or I'll wear my glutathione LifeWave patch at night. And this is amazing support, guys. These LifeWave patches are freaking incredible. They actually reflect your own body's electricity, light, back into your system. And light is one of the best, most precise ways to do certain things because light is the only thing that can get and literally target the organelles in your cells. What's an organelle? It's like our organs, right? It's like we are bodies and we have organs. Well, cells have organelles, okay? Organelles, different little things inside of the cell that makes things function properly. Nucleus, the mitochondria, all those are organelles, okay? And light therapy is the only therapy that can target specific organelles in the body. It's incredible, freaking incredible. That's another podcast for another day. I'm definitely going to go into light therapy though, because I'm obsessed with it, obsessed. Okay, guys, another way to help your lymph is infrared saunas, okay? Infrared saunas, I love Oh my God. If I could talk about infrared saunas all day, I'm going to do another show on infrared sauna. Guys, infrared saunas are different than your steam saunas. They're different than your hot coal saunas. They're different. They're different. Why? Because it uses infrared. Okay. It uses infrared and it basically heats your body up from the inside out. Very incredible. And what actually happens is that the sweat that you sweat out of the sauna in an infrared sauna, it's like a different bead of sweat that comes out of your body. So you're pushing out like toxins. You're pushing out toxins from your body. Whereas if you're just regular sweating, you're not really doing as much detoxing as if you were in an infrared sauna. That's why I always recommend infrared sauna, not just the regular saunas. And this is great for lymph fluid thinning. Okay. So it makes your circulation so good. So good. Another great thing, castor oil packs. Okay. Castor oil packs. Put it over your liver, put it on your abdomen. Great for lymphatic system, great for your immune system. Okay. Another great thing, ozone therapy. That's another show I'm going to be doing because I am obsessed. I just did ozone yesterday for the first time in a while. Like I said, guys, I cycle things. If I were to do all of my hacks, at the same time and like every day, I would be doing hacks all day long. So I cycle my stuff. So I started to do ozone therapy for the first time in, I would say, like 6 months yesterday. And I feel so clear. I feel so amazing today. Freaking phenomenal. Okay. And what is ozone? Ozone is 3 oxygen molecules together. Okay. 3 oxygen molecules together. And what it does is it goes into your system and it cleans up everything. It oxygenates your blood. It detoxes your organs. It kills pathogens. I mean, there's so much. And it's very good support for your lymphatic system. Super good support. So I'll be going deep into ozone another time because I find that it's probably one of my favorite hacks that I've come across. And it's literally cleared up so many different things, rashes. It's good for freaking everything, guys. It's freaking good for everything. So yes, ozone therapy is great. Now, intermittent fasting, it is great for your lymphatic system because it allows your lymph to work without digestive burden. Okay. So it gives your body a break so your lymph can really get in there and clean stuff up. You don't want to be digesting and have food in your system all the freaking time, guys. That means your digestive system is literally turned on all the time. That's why you should stop eating 3 hours before you go to sleep so you could actually get some real sleep. Because if your digestive system is active while you're sleeping, you're not going to get into the deeper and more, the greater sleep cycles like deep and REM sleep. Those are going to be inhibited because your digestive system is working. So you want to make sure you don't eat 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep, guys. Very, very important. And by doing this, right, or intermittent fasting or fasting, you're giving your lymph time to really work in your body. Okay. Very, very, very great. Now, there's also ways that you can, like I said, emotions connect with the lymphatic system. It's all tied in together, guys. All tied in together. So if you're emotionally constipated, then your lymph is probably stagnant. So that means that you need to get those emotions that are constipated and stuck within you out, right? Now, back to the story about Dr. Perry. When he pushed on my thoracic duct here, I literally felt like I was going to cry. I did. I really did. I was holding so much there. So what I actually do now, I have this wooden egg thing, right? It's like an egg. So the point, it's not like a hard point, but it's a round pointed area. I take that egg and I kind of push inside, like right where I was telling you guys, right between the lungs here. I take the tip of the egg and I kind of push down, right? I push in and then I push down. Push in and then I push down. And that is moving that caught stuff up in my thoracic ducts. It's make sure I'm not holding those emotions and keeping it going, right? And ever since I started doing that, my breathing has become so deep for me because if you're stuck here, you're not going to be able to breathe deeply. I promise you guys, look, get the little $6 egg from Amazon and start working this area of your body and see how deep your breath goes. It's incredible. Freaking incredible. When I start doing that, like I said, I cycle things. I haven't done this in a long time, and just talking about this right now makes me want to go get my egg and start working on this part of my body, because I swear to God, breath is life, guys. Breath is life. And so if you're not breathing deeply, then so many different things are happening in your body. But if you are breathing deeply, then so many different things are happening in your body positively. Positively, okay? So great ways to release some of these emotions, guys. Your emotional constipation, sobbing. Let yourself sob. Let yourself sob. I've done a lot of it in the past 3 months going through my storm. Sobbing, okay? Let it out. Tears carry energy, guys. They carry toxins. They carry energy. So when you cry that stuff out, you're energetically releasing that stuck emotion. You're also detoxing your body. Crying is powerful. Do it. Do it more often. I did it this morning, but it was happy cry because I was looking at the beauty outside and I was like, oh my God, it's just so beautiful. I can't take it. I don't know. I don't know what's been going on with me, but I've been in gratitude flow that everything is just beautiful and I'm just crying because there's just so much beauty out there and I'm just loving on everything I'm doing. Guys, I'm letting it go. And I don't even care who's looking, because there was a dude like, is she okay? I'm like, I'm good. It's so pretty. Like crazy. But let it flow, guys. Let the tears flow. Let it flow. Another great way to release some of that emotional, energetic caughtness is dancing. I love dancing. I don't call my walks. I call my walks dance parties, because all I do is dance down the street. I'm skipping, I'm dancing. I know my dog is looking at me crazy. I know the people are looking at me crazy, but I encourage more people to do this, because this has literally changed my life. Changed my freaking life. Every morning, I have my dance party walk. I'm looking at the beautiful nature. This has changed my life. Literally. So I want to see more people outside having dance parties, skipping along the street, crying because they're looking at a pretty flower. I want to see more of this. We've lost ourselves, guys. We've lost ourselves. Let's get back in touch with nature. Okay? Back in touch with nature. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. I see somebody asked the name of the company with the patch. It's called LifeWave. LifeWave. Okay? LifeWave. And if you visit my Instagram, Elisabeth I. Carson, spelled with an S, and go to my link tree, LifeWave patches are there. And you need someone, I think you need like a sponsor or somebody to sign up or order your patches. You don't have to sign up for the whole shindig. You can just order patches. But I think that you need someone that's connected to LifeWave to be able to order them. So go to the link in my bio on Instagram if you would like to find out more about the patches. And then I had a couple people like, oh, where's the studies of this? Well, if you were to do your research and go to the website, you would see hundreds of studies on the website. So look, instead of commenting, where's the case? Do your research. Stop being lazy. Anyways. All right. Other great way. Sorry. I just had to, that was like, I'm like, I don't think when people do that. They're like, where is it? And then they want to hate on you without doing their own research. It's like, do your research and then come hate on me, because then I'm good. Then we're good. Then we can, have our differences of opinions. But don't come on my page talking about and you have not done your own research. Stop being lazy. Okay. Sorry. Anyways, moving on. Other great ways to move the emotions, to move that energy, is mirror work while massaging your lymph with intention. And I do this, guys. I do this a lot of mornings. I'm doing this. I'm always working my lymph. I'm kind of pulling my lymph from my neck. I'm pulling my lymph from here. And I'm moving it while I'm saying, I let go. I let go of the stress. I let go of the trauma. I am clear. I am flowing. I am clear. Be intentional. Super intentional and slow and soft and gentle. Okay. Really slow movement. So when I'm in the mirror, and Mysteek is great at this. I wish she was here so she could show you guys. She will be teaching, by the way, at my event in Detroit, which I'll get to in a second. But She teaches you how to manually move your lymph in the right way. And she's so good at it because she's even slower, more graceful, more gentle than I am. Cause I'm like, so you kind of like pump your SCM. This is your SCM right here. This big trunk that you kind of see as you turn your head. That's your SCM. So I'll take my SCM, I'll pump my SCM a little bit, and then I'll gently rub on subclavian vein here. Both sides. And then sometimes, guys, I'm, behind my ears. I'm underneath my jaw in here. This is like a ton of lymph nodes underneath your jaw. So if you feel stagnant here, I do a little bit. That means that you're probably not draining all the way from your brain. You probably got a little bit of brain fog, okay? So move that in here. My event, TIFF, is connected to my link tree. Actually, go to elisabethunlimited.com/tours, spelled with an S, if you want to know more information, guys, about my event. Okay, back to this. Hold on, let me finish before I get off track because I can go on a tangent. And so let me stay focused and finish what I was trying to say before I go off on my tangent. So, other great ways to move your energetic, to move your lymph, grounding meditations, okay, where you actually visualize this light moving lymph fluid through you, okay? And I do this sometimes, which is actually very powerful, super powerful. So, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll do my normal meditations, and then sometimes when I'm feeling really stagnant or low, or I feel like I need to move my energy, I'll just visualize a white light, okay, coming in through the top of my head and magically moving my lymph. It's like almost like these flutters of beautiful crystals this is how I see it, okay? This is how I see it. I see like these beautiful crystals just going into my body and moving my lymph for me, okay? And this grounds you. And it also energetically, it moves stuff, right? It moves stuff. So after I do this type of meditation, I'm feeling clear. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling, flow. I'm feeling flow. It's great. It's great. Okay. So moral of the story, move your lymph because it's everything. It's everything, guys. It is responsible for detox, immunity, energy, emotions. That's everything. That's why it's so important to move it. So move every day. Hydrate, okay? Hydrate. Get your hands on your body. And be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself, okay? Be kind. This is great for your lymphatic system. This is why I nerded out on the lymphatic system because it has so many different things that it's responsible for. And once I started moving my lymph, I started feeling so much better. Okay. Now I can start talking about my event. So, guys, I'm having a tour. It's called the Unlimited Tour, and I'm hitting all these beautiful cities. And the first city that I'm hitting is Detroit, my home city, August 3rd. And my special guest for that day is Mysteek Skalski, lymphatic specialist. And if you guys enjoyed this, she knows 1,000 times more than I do, okay? 1,000 times more. So she'll be teaching how to do manual lymph drains, how to move your lymph, different techniques. I mean, even more than I talked about. Like I said, she specializes in this. I don't. I'm just a nerd that likes to research. So if you guys want to come to my event in any city, I'm in Detroit, I'm in New York, I'm going to Miami, I'm going to Vegas, and I think I'm going to add Dallas onto my tour. Visit Elisabeth, spelled with an S. My name is spelled with an S, guys. ElisabethUnlimited.com, okay, /tours. And you'll be able to find my events there. Please join me because, my stuff is like super powerful. We go interdimensional. And you know what I was thinking? Okay, I'm about to go off on my tangent now. So, guys, I was thinking this morning as I'm doing my dance party walk, right? I'm listening to gospel. Now, am I religious? I'm not religious. I was raised Christian, Presbyterian, but I'm not religious, okay? I was raised in church, so I know about church. I've read parts of the Bible. I'm not even gonna lie and say I read the whole Bible. I never read the whole Bible. That's a big book, okay? I read parts of the Bible. And, I love things that make me feel good. I love things that light me up, okay? Gospel in the mornings, they light me up. It lights me up. Okay. I mean, guys, a lot of people at the last place that I was at, a lot of people came to me, oh, you're going to get triggered. You're going to get triggered. I'm Christian now. And I'm like, why would you think that I care what your religion is and what you believe in? I don't care. And I'm not against anyone's belief system at all. All I'm doing is trying to live my best life and do what feels good. And I'm going to tell you, gospel in the mornings feels good. So I do it. Reading the Bible feels good. So I do it. Reading the Course in Miracles feels good. So I do it. Okay. I don't subscribe to any one thing. I do not subscribe to any one thing. And I am not against anybody's belief system, because whatever feels good for you, please do it. We need more people in life feeling good. Good. So if you want to be a devout freaking Christian that goes to church every day, please do it. Please. Because if that makes you feel good, all for you. Because my goal is to help people feel good so they can get in alignment with their divinity and manifest their best lives inside of their own creativity, inside of the road and the purpose that they are supposed to be in, because that will in turn make the world a better place. Guys, if we learn to be ourselves, not afraid of judgment, not afraid of what this person's gonna say, not afraid of our past conditioning, and we do things that make us feel good, life becomes magic. Trust me, I have gone on this path, okay, because I lost my happiness. I did. I lost it. I was hustle. My whole life was about work. My whole life before was about work. I had no space for anything. My cups were all the way full, okay? I was pouring from empty. All of my tanks were empty. Every single last one of them. I was no good. I was no good for anybody because I had no space, because I was hustle. Man energy. I was in my masculine. It was too much. I had to slow down and smell the flowers. And trust me, since I did that, the beauty, the grace, the wonder of everything in life is just like, what? Now I'm like, oh my God, this life is amazing. Everything became magic. Everything in my life became magic when I started to slow down and smell the roses. And that's what I want all to do. Because before, I wasn't slowing down enough to smell any roses. I was stuck in a little box of belief. And my box of belief, I don't really have one. I am open to everything and everybody. Okay? I don't shut anything down. I'm curious about all of it. Okay? I don't want to ever be stuck in a box, not ever again. Because my purpose, my intention for the world and what I teach and what I talk about strictly has to do with finding out who you are as a person, Why? Because then you realize what your purpose is. Because God gave each and every one of us on this planet a purpose and a specific talent, specific creation and creativity for you as the vessel, right? For your radio station, because your radio station is different than my radio station. Okay, we all came here to spread love in a way that's different from one another's. And that's what I support. That's what I want people to find. It has nothing to do with religion or belief systems. It has everything to do with stripping away the layers of stuff that we've conditioned ourselves with throughout our life, of trauma and stress and people telling us who to be. Strip that shit away. Because when you do, you find peace, you find divinity, and you find your purpose. And when you find your purpose and you start walking it every day, your life becomes magic. There's no way that she'll be out here upset, depressed, judging other people, all up on other people's business. One of my biggest pieces of advice is mind your own business. Just mind your own business, because then you won't be offended by others' business. Anyone that gets offended by another person's business, it's like, why are you doing that to yourself? You're just creating stress in your body, inflammation in your body, and you're going to get sick. Pay attention to yourself if other people trigger you. Just don't watch it. You're not going to catch me on the news. You're not going to catch me on pages that trigger me. And as soon as I get punched with the drama that I've been going through, I don't even really pay attention, because I can't. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to stress my body out and create inflammation and cortisol and adrenaline. I have lived enough of that in my life. I lived 28 years of cortisol and adrenaline rushing through my body, and I'll never go back. I'll never go back. I pay attention to what makes me feel good. You guys should pay attention to what makes you feel good all the time, because then you're releasing the dopamine, the serotonin, the oxytocin in your body. You're feeling good. Your energetic field is feeling good. Now you're attracting things. The gratitude that you're pushing out is coming back to you tenfold when you get into that good feeling. So, moral of that story is always pay attention to what makes you feel good. Simple as that. Stop being triggered by other people's lives. Just don't do it. It's no point. No point. So I wanted to make sure that all y'all knew that, okay? I'm not against any type of religion. And I know a lot of people might have thought that at the last place that I was at. I'm not. I actually find it fascinating. I find all religion fascinating. Every single one of them. I find it fascinating. So I'm not against it, okay? I am for people feeling good. You feeling good, you feeling good. That's all I want to encourage. Because the better that we feel as a collective, then the world will change, guys. Because if we're feeling good, why we want to fight? If we're feeling good, why we want to attack? If we're feeling good, why do we want to do anything that's negative? I don't. Because I make sure I feel good on a daily basis. And if I feel bad and get punched, I sit there, I allow it, and then I move on. I don't stay there. I do not stay there. And you know what? I'm going to go into, this will be another podcast, but I'm going to do a podcast strictly on how to rewire your brain from the negative thought patterns and from the triggers that come in. You can literally rewire that stuff inside of your brain. So automatically when something comes in, it's like boom, and you move on almost right away. And one of the things I'll give you guys one is to say it out loud. Okay? We are emotionally constipated. Think about it. So when you get triggered and you're holding it and you're like, dude, all you're doing is stressing out your body. All you're doing is like stressing yourself out. Say it. Say it out loud. Go into a bathroom, excuse yourself. You know what? Just say it out loud. Get it out. Emotional vomit. Get it out. Don't let that stuff get stuck in your body. Okay? That's the one tip. But there's many others to rewire. But yes, let it out, guys. Let it out. Visit ElisabethUnlimited.com, spelled with an S, guys. Elisabeth, not Eliz. Elisabeth. Elisabeth. All right. ElisabethUnlimited.com, guys. My heartbreak course is available. My school group is there. I mean, everything fun that we're doing. My tour is there, and I'm so freaking excited about this, guys. I'm launching my mentoring program, I think next week. And I'm so freaking excited because, guys, I have taken the work that I've done for the last 12 years of my life, and I have brought it all together with the top things that have helped me rewire myself and go from being a crazy person to now who I am today. Going from being selling drugs, stripper, I was on drugs, I was an alcoholic, I was just obsessed with partying. I mean, I was not there. caught cases, went to jail, to my life now, where I'm a worldwide speaker. I have built 7-figure brands myself, and I continue to live divinely good, feeling good, inspiring others to do so. Now, from that to this, okay? So what I've done with my mentoring program that I'm so excited for is I've created my 7-step method to healing. And if you do these things, guys, in my 7 steps, even if you do small little portions of it, I guarantee that you will feel better within 90 days. That is a guarantee. Or you get your money back. Period. I've taken 12 years of my life and what's worked for me, compiled it into these 7 steps, and I'm launching it within my mentoring program. So if you sign up for my mentoring program, you get the 7 steps. And then I'm writing a book about it because that's how inspired I was when this stuff was coming out of me. I mean, I downloaded this. It's freaking incredible. Incredible. Because it's my map, my roadmap of how I got here. Because everyone can get to their dreams. Everybody can get to their dreams. Your dreams are not unreachable. You can get there. You can get there. You just have to clear out the crap. Physically, emotionally, energetically. Clear out the crap. Then you can manifest your best life within the divine energy that you're supposed to. Okay? Okay, guys, ElisabethUnlimited.com. Check me out. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope people that you got some knowledge and you're going to start moving your lymph. You know, I hope I start seeing people dancing down the streets and going like this. That's what I hope. All right, guys. I love, love, love all of you. I'm launching my mentoring program next week, baby. So keep checking out my website, Elisabeth Unlimited. All right, Elisabeth Unlimited. I am launching next week. Okay. I love all of you so much. Thank you so much for listening to me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Don't forget to get out in nature. Be appreciative of the beautiful, beautiful nature around you because it's amazing. Okay. I love you all. Peace, peace, peace.